Hey guys, this is Jeff again with some horseback wisdom, and not on horseback, but today I'm going to be in the garden because I want to talk to you guys about gardening. So this is how I garden, and I'm not saying this is the way everybody needs to garden or anybody needs to garden, but I want to tell you why I garden this way, and there's two reasons. One is where I live, it is insect celebration world. Okay, so the insects, we have insects here that would kill most people. I say that sort of jokingly, but maybe not really. So you can see this melon, there's some corn, I have peppers here, a lot of beans. I just harvested a ton of beans and bell peppers. And over there we have tomatoes and more tomatoes over there. And then over there we have cucumbers, and there I have sunflowers for my wife. And our melon is flowering, and it's kind of everywhere. But you'll notice I have a bunch of weeds, and everything is just blobbed together. Well, why is that? Well, I was super frustrated because of the weeds and of everything else. And just, I couldn't get the weeds to stop attacking everything, and insects would attack everything. And so I was just praying about it, and the Lord was like, what did I do? Like, how do I grow stuff? I was like, well, Lord, you just grow stuff wherever you want. And he said, exactly. And I was like, well, how do I do that? And he said, the same way I do it. God talks to me like that. So I just started growing stuff everywhere. And now I have an abundance of fruits and vegetables, right? You can just see the tomatoes chock full on that tomato plant right there. See if I can zoom in. There's like bazillions of them hiding in there. And there's a ton more down there. And I just got done harvesting. If I took you inside to see the squash, I probably have 50, 60 pounds of squash and beans and other stuff. Well, so why do I garden this way? And then there's weeds everywhere over there in the back part. The reason I have a fence around my garden is because to keep the hogs out, because 2 years ago, I had a beautiful garden, and the hogs came and killed everything in one night. And they will. Hogs are nasty. If you're a hog lover, God bless you, but I shoot those things every chance I get. Anyway, so the Lord also told me about a parable, reminded me of a parable that he told in the Gospels, which was about weeds, or wheat and tares. Tares are weeds. So he said that he planted good seed, which I did. And then the servants came during the harvest and said, or before the harvest, and said, Master, there's weeds everywhere. And should we go pull them up? And the master said, who represents God, the master said, no, because if you pull up the weeds, you're going to pull up the good stuff too. And let's just wait till the harvest time. We'll pull up everything. We'll throw the weeds in the fire and keep the good stuff. And he was referencing us, humans. At the end of the age, when Jesus comes, he's going to separate everybody like sheep and goats. So anyway, that's one reason why I garden like this. The other reason I garden like this, and I have weeds everywhere, is, I won't tell you where it's at, but there's an amazing garden, and it feeds families of people from Korea. And these are people that have been traumatized. They're older by the war in Korea in the 1950s. Their family members were captured or murdered. And so I visited the farm, and I said, why are they these huge, they have giant weeds everywhere, even among their plants. And I said, why do y'all have weeds like that? And they said, because during the war, when the North Koreans would come, we would have to hide our children in the weeds so that they wouldn't take them and kill them. And I thought, what an amazing, traumatic thing. Well, now these people are here in the greatest country in the world, United States, and they're safe, but they still do that to remember that they had to hide their children in the weeds so that the North Korean soldiers wouldn't come and kill them. Well, so I have weeds to kind of honor that memory and bless those people. So I hope this video blesses you guys. Plant a garden. Again, I'm not telling everybody to garden like this. I'm not telling anybody to garden like this, but this garden produces massive amounts of food. And I hope you're blessed. I don't use any fertilizers. I don't use any pesticides. The only thing I do use is BT on the tomatoes to kill the nasty caterpillars, because we have gigantic caterpillars here where I live. So I do use BT, but everything else is just, as you can see, boxes from Amazon, soil, compost, lots of poop, because we have horses, goats, and birds and everything else that poops. Here's some more Amazon boxes that are getting ready to go out in the garden. But get a garden. If you live in an apartment, plant a garden on your balcony. Well, bless you, and may the Lord Jesus Christ pour his love out on you today.